Hello, Math 150 students, and welcome to another Math 150 College Algebra Assistance video. I'll be your host for today, Shay Ortega, on behalf of the SEC Math Department. Today we're doing Lesson 3, the activity on page 47, Formulas for Linear Functions. In this one, we're supposed to find a linear equation that expresses each of the linear representations. The first one we'll be looking at is a table. Now the table has an X row and a Y row for the outputs for the corresponding X row inputs. So each column is basically represents an ordered pair from the equation. Now to do this, we can start out with what a line would be, which would be y equals mx plus b. And what we can do is we can actually figure out our m and our b based on the equation. Now to find m's our slope. So that's basically our change in y over our change in x. To find that, what we can do is we can take 2 points. We take the first 2 points, and we can actually have our second point of 8 minus 5, so those are our outputs, our rise, over our run, which is 1 minus 0. Now when we do this, we'll get 3 over 1, or a slope of 3. Now just to make sure, what we can do is we can actually put in some other values to make sure we get the same thing. So we can go to the next point, the next couple points. We can go 14 minus 11, which is our rise, over our run, 3 minus 2. And then when we calculate that out, we get 3 over 1 as well. So we know that our m is 3. So now that we know that we have y equals 3x plus b. Now to figure out our b is the y-intercept, or the y-intercept. So basically, to figure out b, all we have to do is have x equals 0. We know what happens when x equals 0. That basically y is 5. So we know b is 5. So we know y equals 3x plus 5. Now, just to make sure, what we can do is we can put our x values in there. If we were to put 0 in for x, we would get 3 times 0, which would be 0, plus 5, so we'd get out 5. So that confirms that one. If we were to put in a 1, we'd have 3, so 3 times 1, so 3, plus 5, which would be 8. If we had a 2, it'd be 2 times 3, which would be 6, plus 5, which would be 11, so that's confirmed. If we had a 3, we'd have 3 times 3, which would be 9, plus 5, which would give us 14. And if we had a 4, we'd have 4 times 3, which would be 12, plus 5, which would give us 17. So for the first one, our equation is y equals 3x plus 5.